Hi everyone, I hope you're all well during these hard times. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a set. It may not be extravagant, it may not be very big, but it's my little portable set. So that's kind of why I actually wanted to film today. I wanted to show you not just in random videos, but in this particular video, what my set is. I will go out of this shot and will show you the whole backdrop, the light, the seat, which you probably can't see very well, and my other lights, etc. And just tell you where I found them, how much they were roughly, if I can remember, and how, for example, the backdrop was made. I actually have a guest today, a special guest for you all to meet that you've never met before, except if you know me, but it will be my father, Gary. So he will come on later and he will help explain how the set was made and anything else he feels he needs to mention. So that's pretty much all I have for this particular shot, and I will get to showing you everything individually. So I'm about to show you the backdrop. This is my dad, Gary. Say hello. So pretty much he was the one that actually made the backdrop. So the backdrop was about $200 for the actual vinyl. I will add in somewhere around here what it was actually called and where I got it from. And the materials were roughly $70. So we didn't actually use metal poles, I guess, but more piping. So Dad can explain to you how he made it and what exactly out of, if you remember.
Yeah, it's built out of 25mm PVC pipe, as you might see under here. Yep, so there's your 25mm pipe, which is done with T's and elbows. Not all glued together, so it's disassembled. Then we've got a blind, retractable blind, which we didn't use anymore. Took the tube off it and put this, I suppose what do you call it, film?
Vinyl
on it.
Vinyl backdrop.
So it retracts down, and also she can pull it out and use it to take her shots or have things on the floor. Yeah. And so now it's, she can take it home if she wants to.
So we didn't glue everything together, we glued only some of the joints. And the rest you can pull apart so I can actually fit it in a car. Yeah, I think that's virtually all. It took roughly, wasn't really that long. The main thing was the glue to dry. Yeah, so we did it over a couple of days, but only because either we didn't have time or because the glue needed to dry or we didn't have the materials. So that is the backdrop and that is my dad. Okay. Thank you for coming. Alright, so hopefully you can see me alright. So the next thing I have to show you is the chair and also the blanket. I might as well add them both in one. So this chair, I'll take the blanket off first. It's nice and soft, I'll just let you know. As you can see, it's not in the best nick, but it was kind of what I wanted for my set anyway, so it worked out alright. So originally I did want like a big, I call it like the grandpa chair, so it was like an old man like smoking a pipe on a chair sort of look. So a big high back and like nice arms and just, I don't know, not like a plaid print but like a plain print or even like a leather, but I couldn't find that in my budget at all. So I found this and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get this, and it actually has worked really well for me. So I got this from a local person who was just selling it. They had 2 of them, I only wanted 1 though, so I got this. It's actually surprisingly heavy. I didn't expect it to be so heavy, but it is quite heavy. As you can see, it's got a rip and it's just a bit worn, but I really don't mind. I mean, I could get it fixed, but it's also worn a bit around here. But I love the chair, I love the shape. I will show you the legs a bit better later, all the way to the floor. It came from I'm pretty sure, like the guy told us, and then there's a sticker at the bottom. So it was a removalist, and they got it from the Windsor, yes, place in Melbourne. So it's like a hotel, a fancy hotel. So I imagine they probably had this in there quite a while ago, and you know, it's gotten a bit old and worn. Maybe they had it in storage, I don't know. But this is the chair I have now, and I really like it. This was $75, so that's Australian dollars. It wasn't too badly priced, especially a lot of other chairs that I didn't realise were so expensive, especially for what they were. So this is a good buy, I think. So the next thing is this like chenille almost blanket. So I don't know, it's just knitted blanket. It's 100% polyester. I was looking for just a blanket to have in pretty much most of my videos that I was like sitting on the chair, except for certain ones. I'm not going to talk about what they are, but you will know. But it's a really soft, yeah, chenille sort of material, and it's like a pink blanket with white and red flecks throughout it. Yeah, and it's pretty nice, and it was cheap. I will add the price and where I got it from because I can't remember off by heart, but I will add it in the corner somewhere, and you can always pick one up. It is super soft. Haven't really got to use it much, but yeah. So this is the bottom of the chair. As you can see, nothing fancy. The legs are like curved in and out. I don't know. It's very like old style. Yeah, I really like it, as I said. So one of my last things, well, my last thing actually for set is this light. Now I know it's still got the sticker on it. I should actually take that off, but I'll leave it on for now since I just noticed it. So this light I got from Big W in Australia. It was pretty cheap. I will add in the price. I think it was around 50, but don't quote me on that. So originally I actually wanted a completely different style light. I wanted like an old Hollywood film light sort of look. I don't know what exactly you call it, but it's like a tripod light. So I wanted that, but I found it extremely hard to find one. And even though I found some, they were well over my budget that I wanted to. So maybe eventually I will get one, but they were all over $200, $300, and the ones that weren't were from overseas, and I probably wasn't going to get it in time, or it was going to be not as good, or it was going to cost a heap in shipping. So I ended up getting this light, and it's actually worked really well for my set, I feel. So I'm super happy with that. It's just a I don't know, a very simplistic, almost industrial light, I guess. So the light globe actually did not come with it, but I also got it from Big W, but you can pick them up pretty much anywhere, anywhere that sells light globes at least. So it's just like an old style light, very industrial and as well. We have a fair few around my parents' house actually, mainly in their bathroom because we're doing industrial style throughout the house, mixed with antique. So that's what I decided to go because it fitted in quite well with the look I wanted. So that was super cheap. It was under $10, so really not that bad, and I think it lasts for a while. And if there's something I'm not going to use that often, it doesn't really faze me. So, and there's lots of different shapes, so I didn't have to get that one, but I liked that one. I will show you the bottom half of this because I couldn't fit it in frame. And it comes with a button, so that's helpful. I usually just like press my foot on it and it's on. I'm pretty sure that's kind of the purpose. So this is the light. As you can see, it's quite long and thin. Don't mind the carpet. And then it's got like a marble base. So the base is quite heavy. It's a lot heavier than the rest of it. And then it has this just a little black button and it just plugs into the wall. Alright, so for this moment, I'm actually going to be out of the frame. I'm just showing you the lights. So if I stand next to them whilst they're on, they're just not going to show very well. So I actually wasn't going to plan on showing these in this video, but I thought I may as well for now because it kind of has to do with set and yeah, so these are what I'm using. So this is one of my cheaper lights. Yet again, I will add all of the info in. If you can see, it's just got this little dial where it starts on off and then you just go down and you'll hear the click and it'll be on. So that's one of the lowest and then it goes up. Now, because it's so cheap, I find you have to kind of slowly go up or else it will just turn off. So this is how bright it gets. That is the actual issue with this. It will turn off if it's on really high. That's what I find, it will just flick off. So I try to not turn it up to its max capacity because it will just turn off and cause issues. You will need to get an actual battery for this, but I'm just using AA batteries. Not ideal because I go through a lot of batteries for this, but yeah. Lastly, it comes with this gel. It comes with that one as well as an orange one. So it didn't really come with a case or anything, but it was really cheap. So as you can tell, that light is actually attached to a light pole. What do you call it? Light stand. That's what it's called. It's attached to a light stand. I have two of the exact same ones. I got them around the same time as this light. It was recommended under that purchase, so I got it. And they're really easy to use. They're spring loaded, so I'll just show you. I'm sorry, I'm actually dying. So you can just drop it and it'll bounce. And it can go up really high. It doesn't go that low, so keep that in mind, but most of the time you probably don't need it to go that low. So that's that. I'm sorry, this room is an absolute mess. Kind of is used as storage for things at the moment, and also all of my cat stuff. So now, as you can see, this is my umbrella for lighting. So it's just a lighting umbrella. I think there's another name for it, but that's what I'm gonna call it. I only have one, I'm pretty sure, so I probably should have got two, but this is what I have. I also only have one umbrella, what do you call it, attachment? Like lighting umbrella attachment, I don't know what you call it. I'm not an expert in these things, but that is what I have. Super cheap, got it at the same time as the lighting stand and the light I just showed you. So there's that. Super useful for if you don't want it to be overly bright and we want to, I guess, not overly bright, but you don't want the glare as much and just want to even out that lighting. And that one is actually the Amaran Aperture 95 glass. It also came with some filters. So that's just the white one. Now with this one, it didn't actually come with batteries, so you will have to buy that separately, which is quite an expense if you go with the recommended one, which is by Sony. So I actually got a cheaper kind of rip-off version, which was only about $20, and the one they wanted was like 100 and something, so I opted out of that. But I turn it on now. At the moment, I'm actually having issues with charging it, and I'm not sure if it's because I got a cheaper battery. The reviews for the site that I got it from were really good, so I don't know what is happening. But I'm just using a battery pack because you can just use it with a USB. So now it's charging. It is on. You can kind of get an idea. So it is a bicolor one. So there are more of a yellow and a white light. So you can adjust that. Now this one is better in terms of adjustment than the other one. The other one was only one light, it was more of a yellowy tinge. You can see that is the on and off button, so it's more of a switch unlike the other one. This is the knob for changing brightness as well as the different colors. So if you go to the back, this is the battery that came with it that I'm having issues with. So I can't recommend the battery at this current point. Now it's on, so as you can see, that's 90% brightness and that's 56 for the color balance. So it's all digital in the back. You can see how much charge you have left. Obviously, if you're using USB, it's just going to be constantly on full. But in that way, it's good that you can just use it all day. So if you actually press this knob in, then you can see your switch. So this is changing to the color balance. So if you go, I'll turn it around, hopefully you can see. So you turn the knob, so I'll say I turn it towards the camera, you can see it's going more of a yellow, I'm pretty sure there. Actually maybe I'm going no, you're going more white. You're dulling the yellows and it's just going to the white light. Now if you turn it away from the camera, you've got the yellow lights coming up and eventually the white lights will dull out. So that's really good. A lot of these I actually got reviews for online, so I will link you to the videos that I found that were useful for me in picking lights. You don't necessarily have to get these ones, but there were other ones that I wanted and they just didn't sell them in Australia, so that was a bit of an issue, but these are the ones I managed to pick up and I found them super useful. Like, these are the first lights I've ever really had. So for a beginner, these are really good, especially if you're on a low budget. So that is all I really have to show you. That is all my set and all of the features that I use to film, except for my microphone, but I have had that in shots before. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it somewhat informative or at least interesting. And I hope you enjoyed meeting my dad and found what he had to say helpful in if you're perhaps going to create a backdrop, or at least a little bit inspiring in how you're going to go about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.